Right now, as you're watching this video, you might already be living among aliens. Not green creatures with giant black eyes, not invaders hiding underground, but something far more unsettling. What if humanity itself is alien? What if humans didn't fully originate on Earth? And what if the reason we've never found extraterrestrial life is because we stopped looking after we found ourselves? It sounds ridiculous, but the deeper you look into human history, evolution, and the universe itself, the stranger things become. Because humans are not just intelligent, we are abnormally intelligent. And some people believe that difference may not be natural. Take a look at nature. Every creature on Earth seems perfectly adapted for survival. Birds dominate the skies. Sharks rule the oceans. Big cats are built for hunting. Even tiny insects are biological masterpieces. Then there's humans. We're physically weak. We can't fly. We don't have claws. We aren't fast. We don't have armor, venom, or super strength. Compared to other animals, humans should not be at the top of the food chain. And yet somehow, we conquered the planet. Not because of physical power, but because of intelligence. That alone is strange, because evolution usually works slowly over millions of years. But human intelligence appears to have exploded almost overnight in evolutionary terms. Around 300,000 years ago, humans were using primitive stone tools. Then suddenly, language appeared, art appeared, agriculture appeared, civilizations appeared, and eventually, smartphones. That jump is so dramatic that some theorists believe something unusual happened during human evolution, something that accelerated us. Now, before we continue, no, there's no scientific proof that aliens created humanity. But there is a theory that ancient humans may have been genetically modified by an advanced civilization. The idea goes like this. Millions of years ago, Earth already had primitive hominids. Then an intelligent species from somewhere else arrives. Not to destroy Earth, but to experiment. Maybe they altered DNA. Maybe they accelerated evolution. Maybe they intentionally created a species capable of intelligence. Over generations, those changes produced modern humans. A species smart enough to build civilizations, but emotional enough to remain unstable. And honestly, when you look at humanity today, that description fits disturbingly well. We split atoms, but still argue online about things we barely understand. We created artificial intelligence while struggling to understand our own minds. It's almost like humans are unfinished, like a prototype still being tested. Now here's where things get creepy. Ancient civilizations across the world told incredibly similar stories. Stories about beings descending from the sky. The Sumerians described the Anunnaki. The Egyptians spoke of gods connected to the heavens. The Mayans had sky beings bringing knowledge. Different continents, different cultures, different time periods, yet the same basic idea keeps appearing. Powerful beings arrive from above and teach humanity civilization. Now obviously, ancient people often used mythology to explain the unknown. Thunder became gods. The sun became gods. The stars became gods. But some theorists ask an uncomfortable question. What if at least some of those stories were based on real encounters? Imagine trying to explain advanced technology to humans thousands of years ago. A spacecraft would look supernatural. Advanced medicine would look magical. Even basic technology could appear divine. If aliens visited ancient Earth, would humans describe them scientifically, or would they call them gods? And then there are the pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza. Even today, people still debate how ancient humans built structures that massive with primitive tools. Some stones weigh multiple tons. The alignment is astonishingly precise. And somehow, ancient civilizations achieved this without modern machinery. Now, historians absolutely do have explanations for how pyramids were built. But mystery theorists argue something else. They believe ancient humans may have received outside help. Not because humans were incapable, but because certain achievements appear strangely advanced for their time. Again, there's no proof, but that's what makes these theories fascinating. Because humanity's past still contains gaps, and humans hate gaps in knowledge. Our brains automatically try to fill them, sometimes with science, sometimes with imagination. Now let's zoom out beyond Earth. The universe is unbelievably massive. There are billions of galaxies. Each galaxy contains billions of stars, and many of those stars likely have planets. Statistically, alien life should be everywhere. So where is everybody? This question is called the Fermi Paradox. If intelligent civilizations are common, why haven't we seen clear evidence? No signals, no ships, no confirmed contact, nothing. Some scientists believe intelligent life destroys itself before becoming advanced enough for interstellar travel. Others think alien civilizations are simply too far away. But there's another possibility. Maybe advanced civilizations don't behave the way we expect. Movies taught us aliens would arrive dramatically. Huge ships, laser battles, planetary invasions. But truly advanced intelligence might operate differently, quietly, patiently, observing rather than attacking. And if a civilization was millions of years ahead of humanity, they could blend in so perfectly that we'd never notice them. Now let's explore one of the darkest possibilities. What if humanity was created for a purpose, not as equals, not as partners, but as an experiment, or worse, a resource? Think about it. Humans study animals all the time. We track them, breed them, observe them. Sometimes we interfere with their environments without them even understanding what's happening. What if humanity is being observed the same way? What if Earth is basically a controlled environment, a giant experiment running for thousands of years? That idea sounds horrifying, but it also explains something strange about humans. We constantly feel like we're searching for meaning, as if something is missing, as if we forgot something important. Maybe that feeling is just psychology, or maybe deep down, humanity senses it didn't fully originate here. And then there's DNA, the instruction code for life itself, a microscopic system so advanced it almost looks engineered. Scientists have compared DNA to computer programming because it stores enormous amounts of information. Now, to be clear, complexity does not prove alien involvement, but it does raise fascinating questions. Out of millions of species on Earth, only humans developed advanced technology. Why? Dolphins are intelligent, octopuses solve puzzles, chimpanzees use tools, but humans became something entirely different. We build cities, we create religions, we invent mathematics. And perhaps most importantly, we question our own existence. That level of self-awareness is extremely unusual. Maybe it evolved naturally, or maybe humanity received a push, a tiny genetic adjustment that changed everything forever. But here's where the theory becomes truly unsettling. What if humans are still evolving into something else? Look at modern life. Phones already function like external brains. Artificial intelligence is beginning to think for us. Genetic engineering is becoming more powerful every year. Humans are slowly merging with technology, and some futurists believe eventually we'll become something entirely new, not fully biological, not fully machine, a hybrid species. Now imagine this happening millions of years ago to another civilization. Maybe they evolved beyond physical bodies. Maybe they became so advanced that they no longer looked recognizable. And maybe they eventually created humans as the next stage of evolution. If that's true, humanity may not be the beginning of the story. We may simply be another step in a cycle repeating across the universe forever. But the most terrifying idea isn't that humans came from aliens. It's this: what if we're alone? What if all these theories exist because humans are desperate to feel connected to something bigger? Think about it. We stare into the universe searching for meaning, searching for proof we're not alone. Maybe alien theories are really about fear, the fear that humanity is isolated in a cold, silent universe. Because if humans truly are alone, then every war, every civilization, every achievement is all happening on one tiny planet floating through endless darkness. And somehow, that might be even scarier than aliens. If this video made you question reality, subscribe for more mysteries, space theories, and terrifying possibilities hidden inside our universe. Because the deeper we look into the cosmos, the more it starts looking back at us.